Hi guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we'll be checking out this video from the Robin Report. It's titled BBC Host Goes Quiet as Her Question for Conservatives Backfires. Why will she go quiet? What's up with the question? We're going to be finding out together. Before we dive into it, my name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. It's your first time here. Hi, welcome to the family. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Kindly watch my ads. Don't skip my ads, okay? Let's check this out together quickly.
You write that we cannot assume that all cultures are equally valid. So which cultures, in your view, are less valid than others?
There is a Tory candidate by the name of Kemi Badenoch who is laying down some truth as it pertains to why Western civilization is good. And yeah, I know it sounds a little racist, but it's better than some other civilizations. Go.
Now, you've written this morning about immigration, and you write that we cannot assume that all cultures are equally valid. So which cultures, in your view, are less valid than others?
Oh, lots. Cultures that believe in child marriage, for instance, or that women don't have equal rights. I actually think it's extraordinary that people think that's an unusual or controversial thing to say. Of course, not all cultures are equally valid. I don't believe in cultural relativism. I believe in Western values, the principles which have made this country great. And I think that we need to make sure that we continue to abide by those principles to keep the society that we have now.
So which particular cultures then would you say are less valid? Because as you've said, your words, not mine, some people think that that is a controversial thing to say. So which cultures would you specifically say are less valid than others?
So it's not about labeling cultures. Culture includes a lot of things. I'm not talking about cuisine, I'm talking about customs. And I think that cultures where women are told that they should not work, I would knock on doors. I'm sure Penny and Jake had this. You'd knock on doors and you'd see somebody at the door who says, oh, I can't speak to you, I will get my husband. I don't think that's as equally valid as our culture. But the point I was making in the op-ed was about immigration. That immigration is something which we need to make sure we get right. We didn't before. And there were three things I said we needed to do. One, numbers matter. I was quite surprised that Rob actually misrepresented what I've been saying. Numbers do matter. Culture matters even more. Who comes into the country is absolutely critical. And leadership. You need to start from the top. It's no good simply saying we're going to lower immigration and outsource it. It has to come very much from the Prime Minister himself or herself.
Are you saying, though, that if somebody in their culture who lives here in the UK, who might be a British citizen, who answered the door to you and said, I won't speak to you, I'd like you to speak to my husband instead, are you saying, you have said their culture is less valid, are you saying that people with those beliefs shouldn't be welcome in the UK?
I am saying that if we want to have a well-integrated society, we need to make sure that we have a shared culture and a shared identity. This is a multi-ethnic society. That's obvious. I'm a black woman sitting here talking to you. But there is a difference between being multi-ethnic and being multicultural. I grew up in a place that was multicultural, and yet everybody looked the same. Conflict arises when you emphasize difference. We need to emphasize the thing that we share. Being British, British values, the things that we talked about, freedom, equal rights, personal responsibility, not discriminating people because of their sexual orientation. There are some cultures that do that. I don't think that a culture that thinks gay people should be stoned is as valid as ours. This is not a controversial thing to say.
But aren't you, by making this point, which people will judge for themselves, they will maybe, I'm sure many people will be interested to hear what you say, aren't you, in fact, emphasizing difference by making this point? You are saying that if somebody lives in this country already, they answered the door to you here, and they said, I'd rather you spoke to my husband, you are judging their culture to be less valid than your own. You are emphasizing that difference.
What are you suggesting that politicians should do in that case then? That we should just accept everything, that everything is fine, and that we should not comment on what kind of social relations we should have? I don't think that's right. It is our job to make sure that the people who come into the country are people who love this country, who want it to succeed. And I want this country's culture to stay the same. I left another country and came here because I thought it was better. I don't want this place to turn into the place that I was running away from.
Look how wonderful and clean and clear, and as I always say, simple to speak when you're speaking the truth. And the interviewer is so condescending in her body language and the way she's looking at her. You know what she should have done? Instead of just laying it out calmly the way she did, she could have been like, you know what, I've decided, I brought with me, I have my female genital mutilation kit, and I'd like to chop off your right now. Can we put that on television?
We always rave about 1775's coffee, but they...
Do you you get, the interviewer was, maybe she was gunning for a response from that lady. The lady was as clear as crystal. She was very specific in what she was trying to say, but it just seemed like the interviewer was so condescending. Was like she was looking for like a loophole in what she was trying to say. Like she was looking for something in what she was trying to say, and what she was saying was very, very clear. I mean, you don't expect somebody that is coming from a different country to come into say the UK, for example, and then you do not want to abide by the rules that govern the country. It doesn't make sense. It only makes sense that just like when we see African men coming into the Western world, and then we see them getting more they are more domestic. We see African men who are domestic in the Western world, but when you come home here, they are not domestic. That's what she's trying to say. Not trying to say one culture is more valid than another. What was she trying to? It felt like she was looking for something. She wanted the lady to say something that she would just hold against her. And the lady is so smart, very, very intelligent, and what she's actually saying is very valid. It's very valid. Everybody should be able to come together with diverse culture, diverse ethnicity, and try to live together with the rules that make the UK the UK. You can't come from where you are and then decide that, no, I'm not going to abide by the rules here. This is what we do in our place. Then remain where you are. So it's important that whoever is immigrating, very important that they actually fact check and know that, okay, this is who she's not trying to say, oh, you don't let people who are not don't allow immigrants into your country, because she mentioned that she's an immigrant. She left a certain country to the country where she is. So that is not even the point of the conversation. She mentioned situations whereby the women do not have rights. Like you go to a place, women do not have a right, do not have a say. Women do not work, where there is child marriage, underage marriage, and all of those things. So what she actually was saying was very, very valid. But I think the interviewer was looking for something else. She was trying to look for something else. What do you guys think about that conversation? Do you think the interviewer or the host was just condescending and she was looking for something, or she was asking a particular question that the lady was not answering? Because if you ask me, I think she was looking for something. I don't know what she was looking for. Or maybe she was trying to make her talk against her own culture, because obviously we know what the culture the black lady was talking about, right? So probably she wanted to hear a certain thing from that lady. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. What are your opinions and thoughts concerning this conversation? I mean, I don't know what that lady was looking for to hear. Like, no. What do you guys think she was looking for now? She was so... She asked a question, the lady answered her. She asked the same question again, the lady answered her in another way. It was like she was looking for something. If you guys know what she was looking for, let's know, because I don't know what she was looking for. But anyway, drop your thoughts, opinions, and observations about this video in the comment section. We really love to see them. Kindly like this video, share. It helps with the algorithm, help us grow, and helps YouTube push out the video, to people who actually want to see it. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, turn the post notification bell, watch my ads, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.